Welcome to Disorderly Court, where the judge is a fraud, but the cases are real, and if you can see your way through all the courtroom clutter, you can award yourself a nice cash settlement. My name is John Elliott, and I solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth most of the time. You get the idea. The jury has been seated, and they're ready to adjudicate. So please welcome Tony, Ryan, and Dennis, our jurors today. To try and keep some order in this court, put your hands together once again for the man, the myth, the bailiff, Abdul.
All rise, our honorable judge, Jeff Patterson, top of the world, best of the best.
Welcome, thank you very much. Welcome to Disorderly Court. You know, we get asked all the time, where do you get these outlandish cases that you use on the show? Well, we get them from you, our home viewing audience. So if you have an actual documented court case that you think would be great on our show, check out the web address at the bottom of your screen, www.disorderlycourt.com. Now, we have 3 jurors. You heard their names. It's time now to meet them. They're going to be playing for cash. Starting with you, Tony. How you doing?
Good, good.
So, have you ever been in a court of law before?
Once, now I got dismissed.
Dismissed. Ryan, you got a great smile. You seem very optimistic. What makes you a great juror?
I think I'm fair, and I think I'm just, and I think I listen.
Wonderful. Good qualities. Nice to have you with us. Dennis, you seem very centered and peaceful.
Yes, I think I'm going to win a lot of money today.
I like that confidence. I like that confidence. That's going to work well for you, Dennis. Here's how we play our game. Our talented group of improvised actors behind me are going to reenact actual documented court cases that we get from you, our home viewing audience. Now, they know the key elements of the case. They know the facts, but what they do not know is the actual verdict. They have no idea how these cases were actually played out in a court of law. So, jurors, that is your job today. You're going to guess the correct verdict, if you can, of how it was played out in a court of law. Now, you have a choice between 3 choices. Did the courts rule in favor of the plaintiff, in favor of the defendant, or was it case dismissed? Now, to make this a little more interesting, they're each going to get $25,000 in cash. This is yours to use for wagering cash at the end of each round. If you get the guess correctly, we're going to add that cash wager to your earnings, and you'll play with that. If you get it incorrect, we're going to take that wager away, subtract it from your total earnings, and then you will play with the remainder of that for 3 rounds. The juror with the most cash at the end of 3 rounds wins our game. Jurors, best of luck to you. Audience, hold on tight. John, where did we get our first case?
Your Honor, case number 1 was sent in by Ken Carson of Toledo, Ohio, who wins not 1, but 2 80-gigabyte iPods. Can hold 20,000 songs apiece. It's a prize package worth over $700, and it's a clear-cut case of crapping out in a casino. Mr. and Mrs. John Hilton put a $10 chip on number 17 at a roulette table at the Monte Carlo Casino. It hits and they win. Now, Let It Ride is heard. It hits again. The prize goes up to $12,000. Let It heard again. Once again, 17 hits, and now total payout of $428,000. But we then discover that John Hilton is dead. The casino swoops in, takes away the cash. Mrs. Hilton is suing for $428,750. Our plaintiffs, the widow John Hilton, Mrs. John Hilton, her new love, Marcus, and our defendant, Monte Carlo Casino pit boss Griff Larson, and the croupier, it's just fun to say, Gigi.
You are clearly distraught, Miss Hilton.
I am very much, because it's a big fake. I thought the casinos were honest. They're not. But who would know that my husband, he won all that, and they're not going to give it to him.
That's horrible. That's horrible. Sir, you were there. You watched all of this happen.
I'm the pit boss, absolutely. Eyes and ears of the casino. The Hiltons came in. They're what we call the triple whales. They came in. We made space for them at the roulette wheel. They played at number 17. Number 17 came around once. We gave them $350. We were going for the second spin. Mr. Hilton slumped over, around with the wheel. It hit again, and we paid them $12,500. At that point, we noticed his posture. We looked at this hysterical Mrs. Hilton. She said, "Let it ride," and so we let it ride again, and it came up with the $428,000, etc. The problem is, after viewing the videotape, we saw that he had slumped over, was no longer breathing after the first round.
He wasn't slumped over, he was praying.
He was praying.
They just said that because they don't want to pay him anything.
So what had happened was, I was standing next to this lovely flower.
Yes.
$10, number 17, the number of love. Put it right on the number of love, roll the wheel, $350 it landed on. They both, so excited, yelled, "Let it ride, let it ride." As her husband yelled, "Let it ride," he fell down, put his head on the table, right? It hits again. So now he's down, he's a religious man, like she said. He was praying. right? So she said, you know what? We're not going to interrupt this talk. Let it ride.
What I
Let
want
it
to know
ride.
is, what I'm trying to figure out here, thank you so much, Miss, what I need some help with, I think we all do, when did he die?
He died after the second time.
At least we should get 12,000 at least for the second roll.
No, I don't.
Your Honor, it is
accept
the rules of the
12.
casino that one player per bet.
The information is out on the table. I'm terribly sorry for your loss, but it's time to find out how much of you are going to lose or gain in this next round. I want you to go ahead and make your cash wagers and make your decision. Was it in favor of the plaintiff, in favor of the defendant, or was it case dismissed? We're going to find out how they ruled right after this.